Welcome to this little like reading or overview of my action plan now. And again, this is Sparks Flow or amping it up or um, family fi business something or other. Anyway, lots of things involved in there. So we're gonna work on the name, and this is. Last time I mentioned how I did a goals getting smart, which is really focusing on kind of the big overview of what I was planning to do, but also on why I was doing it and the difference I would feel between before it and after it. Hoping wise, like I really don't know how it's going to happen. One of the biggest advantages I have in life is how much I recognize I don't know. It's one of the greatest assets we got. So that said, we still can make a plan and then adjust. And that's what this is. This is my goal action plan, which is kind of an overview of how I think this is going to go. And I didn't even fill the whole thing up. There's like blank stuff in here, which is unlike me. I feel like I usually really have a lot of details I'm trying to put into something. So that seems to say a lot for how this is going. But everything can be an experiment, and this is definitely that. So here's my experiment. So the first of all, the reason I'm doing this is to create a way to like really kind of see how my message resonates out there, and I can get in contact with people that really want to do what I'm doing, and creating community about learning about how our brain works and makes things happen around us. And it also just gives me a reason to kind of like continue to move forward with things, if nothing else, because I'm pretending there's an audience out there. And of course, you're not a pretend audience, but I don't know who you are right now, so maybe we could change that. Anyways, so this is my goal action plan. So I basically what I did is my first step is going to be write the goal action plan right here, and then do a vlog about it. That's step one. Okay, I have a reward that I'm going to give myself after that, but I'm actually up to another experiment, which is instead of naming the reward, I'm going to have my family choose the reward. So after this, I'm going to go and talk to them about what that reward is and find out what they think it is. So I'll find out how that works and if that is a good reward to kind of keep up this behavior. It's kind of fun. And then step two is actually put this action plan onto Todoist, which is an app for getting things done, which can be confusing because getting things done is not the big thing I'm focused on. It just happens to be that I can't get what I want without getting things done. It's like getting things done is in the middle of it all. Anyway, so Todoist I think is a really pretty good app for breaking down projects into little steps and things. It's designed that way. And I think there could be better apps, but it is the one I've got right now. And I'm going to move forward with it because could spend too long on too much. So I'll make a vlog about that after I've done that. And then I'm going to outline the content after I've made this into a Todoist thing, because I find it really handy to like go through the Todoist and stuff. Whereas right now I've got piles of paper everywhere and this isn't searchable. I can remember some of it, but also I just found that Todoist really is handy for me. I'm accustomed to using my smartphone and finding steps that way. Yeah, so that's why I'm going to do that guy. And then I'm going to outline the content. So after I've done 5 videos, then I'll outline the content I'm about to do. That's my plan. And when I say the content, so I'm basically experimental, going to put out kind of a map up of a mind map of like, what I think, or flow chart of what I think things are going to go, big ideas and concepts that I kind of want to cover, and probably get to a fraction of them within this year. But the idea will be kind of out there. It'll be out there and messy. And that will be a vlog, just talking about the big, messy idea. And then another vlog will be about, I've got 3 more vlogs lined up after that. So that would outline my tech plan. Because part of outlining my tech plan is figuring out what steps I'm already doing, what system I'm using to talk about that current tech plan, which is going to be Todoist at the moment. I think we'll see if I get to that point and figure out something better. And what other word processing document or Excel sheet or whatever it is, some visual. And then in doing all that, figuring out my current steps, I want to then, in another vlog, I want to say, well, what I want to learn about making this. So I'm organizing how I'm going to do these videos, because I want to be able to share them rather quickly and promptly as I'm writing or as I'm typing or as I'm moving things around on a video screen, and figure out what sort of information I need to learn in order to make that happen. So to make these vlogs happen a little more smoothly, a little more easier in my life, and not just make it all just a talking head, because I really like videos that kind of show something that's working on stuff. And doing this isn't quite as handy as, maybe setting up a camera, maybe just scanning everything on and doing a share screen. And I know I can do it. I don't think I've done it before. And I don't know if I'm going to do it through editing, like taking pictures outside of this using my GoPro or something, and then editing, or how that's going to work. So that's one of my vlogs is going to be on. What am I going to do? Why is it going to be important enough? And then the ninth one is going to be actually looking backwards, because I've done these vlogs before. I've done some collection of vlogs, and I have a set of different things set up that I'm going to try and share those. I say that, but even now I'm realizing I don't know how I'm going to do that, because a lot of it's on the screen here, and I already said I don't know how to do that here. So I'm not too sure I'm going to edit that one and then put it up, or what. And that'll probably actually be a series, because there's a number of different things in that. We'll find out. And that one's going to be a doozy, because that's going to be a whole bunch of extra steps that I'm going to try and put in there. And that the more complicated I make it, the more likely the vlog, it may not happen that week or weeks. So that's going to be a big one to watch out for. And then after I've done all the tech stuff, or most of it, I'm going to then also continue to re-hone that process, and then do a vlog every time I make a significant change in that process. So the meta vlog parts. And then for those that really don't want to hear about how in the world I'm making this video, and maybe don't quite want to try and make the connections of how those steps could be applied to different parts of their own life, then I'm going to make a vlog about, well, let's see here now. It says hone reoccurring content outline. So, hone. So I'm going to create a content. I already made a content outline, the big bold one. Then I'm going to kind of like hone that down, and I'm going to figure out what sort of document I'm going to keep that on, whether it's going to be a list like on a Word document, or an Excel where I also have like a bunch of qualities next to it. And then how I'm going to focus on the themes, just go off what's the top of my mind. I don't think that's going to be, but it's probably on occasion there'll be certain topics that sort of grow up, or if something really is significant, like I should probably talk about this because I think it's pretty important, and I'm not too sure how well I'm going to hold on to the information later. So that is going to be created, probably vlog about it after I created whatever that list is, tell about it, and then dig into it. There's a lot of prep. So in that too, I'm going to be comparing the whole way about how the way I'm doing this vlog is not how I work with my clients. And I have two versions of working with clients. One is that I come into your space, either virtually or in person, to fix things real quick and just like change around your systems and make the systems kind of fit better you. And then the other part of my business is really focusing on how the brain works, which is kind of this stuff. Figuring out how to change habits you've had, and in order to get more of what you want in life by focusing on your aspirations, as opposed to just focusing on the next thing or just fixing stuff real quick. So fixing things quickly could lead to that, but they often don't, because we're not sure where we're going. And so those are the two parts of my business. I really like getting paid to come out and work on people's stuff. But my passion is really about helping people really get what they want instead of just change things in their life temporarily. So that's that's a huge difference about what I like to do. So, by the way, if you want me to come and fix something in your house or your business and create your systems so they actually get what you want more, I'm happy to come and make that will happen real quick. So don't take that as like a degradation there. But if you also then are more interested also about how the brain works, I'm trying to create a community of people talking about how we're experimenting with our world to figure out how to get more of what we want. Um, and money isn't the answer because that's just the money is for something, and so it's pretty vague and uh, useless as an aspiration, but is very useful like in the process of getting more of what you want and seeing how that might work for you. But that's an example of what that wanting more is about. You're always wanting. Your brain is a wanting machine, and that's a good thing because otherwise we wouldn't move, we wouldn't do anything because there's nothing we want. Compare vlog what and why. Okay, great. So, and I hope to talk about every time why I'm doing things. So why would I be organizing the shelf behind me or whatever? Of course, this shelf will be part of a bigger story whenever I get to it, but that's the big idea. And then one other recurring thing is I'm going to be editing my photos. So organizing my photos, which there's lots of photo organizing videos out there. I don't know that I'm going to add anything by talking about that or doing that. But that's the project I get going. And the final thing on here is on this is rewards when I get it all done. So they're big enough rewards. And this one was tough for me. I actually have a hard time figuring out rewards for myself with a project. But this I'll get into more as I talk, probably. How big and important rewards are when we're trying to change behaviors and make something happen. And they kind of spice things up as far as like making whatever drudgery we're trying to get done so that we get the big aspiration. It helps get our unconscious part of our brain more on board. And a lot of people poo-poo rewards, and it's a really tied up thing. I poo-poo rewards in my own unconscious part of my brain because I've thought that way or back and forth about that way, depending on what things are. So that's a whole thing that we're going to nuance and work through as I'm talking here too. But that said, the big picture rewards here that I'm going to go after are stage 1 after doing like step 1 through 8 at least once, because a lot of them are going to be reoccurring. Then I'm going to go on, let's see now, a half-day hike. So I'm going to go out and actually do a hike. So I haven't been doing those, and see how that's rewarding if I can think about doing that enough as I'm doing this. So I'm going to see if that reward will actually show up in my brain as I'm doing these things. Like, oh, I want to have that. I want to go on that hike. And then stage 2 is like in the middle of the year. I'll go on a backpacking trip for 2 overnights if I am up to date on my vlogs and all this stuff. And then after a year, the 52 vlogs session, I'll go and hike over Sandia in the frigid cold, which I think might be kind of exhilarating. I've done it before. It's not amazingly challenging. It's just over the peak here. And for me, going on a hike in the winter and then camping out in the snow is actually a pretty normal thing. And from back in a previous life of mine, as in like earlier before a lot of stuff. And I've also done this particular hike before. So it's not even that challenging. It's more just the idea of doing it. I'm going to see if that's rewarding. So you got a lot there of the big overview of where I'm going. And then also a little bit about what my goal action plan is for that. So I hope that experiment is pretty exciting. Well, I know it's exciting for me, but I'm hoping that it's going to have a real big outturn of me being able to really feel some resonance out there, and of people like hearing it and saying, oh yeah, I got questions about this, or getting into it or like that. And me getting deeper curiosity about what's going on in my own organization and why I've got what I've got organized and what it brings me. And then, of course, feeling powerful and able to make these things happen, which I've I'm getting up to the videos, but then there's this big overarching picture. This isn't for the videos. Like, I like the videos, but the videos are, I could easily miss the point doing these videos. And what I'd really like to do is push on this experience to create an environment and a conversation, really. And I want to be able to do that and see if that's what I can accomplish by this. And we'll find out in about a year, or maybe earlier. That'd be pretty cool. But that's where I'm at right now, and keep the sparks flowing.